Hey everybody, welcome to the Tower Unite developer stream for January 22nd, 2016.
Wow, it's
With us
January.
today we have what?
It's been January for 22 days.
It goes by real
Yeah,
quick.
it's been January for 22 days. Good to know. We have with us Fui, Lifeless, Mac the Guy, Matt, Will, and myself.
Howdy.
And we're here to show you what we've been working on for the last 2 weeks. Oh, Sam's here too?
Yeah, he just popped in.
Oh,
Hello.
well,
Hey,
Sam
you're
as
on
well.
stream.
Sam's here too.
Hi.
All right. First up, I'm gonna hand it over to Fui, and he's gonna talk about the banking
geez.
work that we've
Oh.
done
All right.
over the last week.
Which
So
one?
we had a what? No, I'm the
Toy
one.
Story?
No,
No, that's
I'm
me.
the condo,
Oh, okay.
the unbuilt, unbaked condo.
Yeah.
All right. So over the last week, me and Zach have been tag teaming the item system and completely we redid it, and right now it's 100% hooked up to Steam items. So all the items that you earn in Tower Unite are actually actual Steam items that will show up in your Steam inventory, and you can buy them and sell them, and they're tradable and all that fun stuff. Some are tradable, but
Icons
like
are placeholder.
placeholder. Yeah, these
Nope,
are.
that's it. Finalized.
Right now we have 3 items in Steam.
Oh.
But we have all the back end for generating the Steam manifest and all that fun stuff with item generation, and yeah, it's totally spawnable. You know, got all this fun stuff. Say you want to buy an item, we got that in here. Woo! I just purchased that item instance. Please don't steal it from me. Just kidding, you can't. But then there's also selling, and it's all sorts of good stuff, and it actually pays out. If you look in the lower left, that is my actual Tower Unite currency bucks, which is real, for realsies.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It carries over to any server you're on, any game
Yep.
you're in.
Yeah, no matter what server you're on, you always have these items, and we make extra doubly, triply sure the server you're on can't do bad things to those items. So you can't just have a server decide, this person's items are gone because I said so, because that would be a game-breaking maneuver. So it's entirely client authoritative. The client has complete control over their own items. So yes, items are in, baby.
Yay.
You just gotta make them.
Yeah, we gotta remake
That's
some
the-
of
Speaking
that.
of,
that's
actually,
the
It's a new system.
somewhere.
I didn't put that on the stream list, but I do want to mention it.
Yeah.
There is a giant spreadsheet of all of the items that I'm going to be adding soon, and you can check them out. I will probably post that in a new thread I'm going to make soon, a news thread. So, yeah, just mentioning that. There's a lot of items. I gotta add. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
I can't hear anyone with this thing going.
Is it just going?
What? I can't. I literally cannot hear you.
The FPS is related because he's sharing it on Hangouts and I'm streaming that. So
Oh, I'm getting like perfect FPS on my computer. I'm
yeah,
just bad
well
at
you're
streaming.
streaming garbage.
Yeah, his.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should try installing XSplit because it'll.
I should eventually do that, but you know. But yeah, I'm actually getting like solid 100 FPS right now, so you might be able to see it in the lower corner, maybe.
Hmm.
It's a very
Not
tiny
really.
bit.
No, it's really tiny.
Not really, not really. All right, let's spawn a few more impossibly complicated items.
No, you're going too far. Don't do it. Playing with fire.
God.
So do you want me
Get it?
to start talking about the other thing?
I have made a
Just-
huge
Are
mistake.
we done talking
Just a
about
second.
inventory or no?
It was very cool.
Yeah, we're done talking about inventory. All right, so Mac's going to talk about
I
game
can
world
hear you guys
stuff.
again.
Just
Okay, I'm gonna switch off of his screen because it's like 5 FPS.
I can stop. I can't stop it.
So.
Alright.
Let's get rid of this.
A few things that we need to talk about, and how this is gonna affect the early access release. Virus is something that we've been working on, but unfortunately, we're going to push it off for a bit, and that's because the weapon system needs a lot of work. And by what I mean push it off, I mean it's going to happen by early access. It's not going to be released as the third game world in the alpha. It'll be released as the fourth game world. So we're kind of doing like a swap there. That way we have enough time to make the weapons really, really good.
Yeah, and that really came down to the
yeah.
fact that I'm kind of responsible for weapons, and the banking and inventory stuff to make like everything work in Tower ended up taking slightly longer than anybody really thought it would. So I wasn't available to do weapons work for the last few weeks. So yeah, so that's why we're pushing it off.
But it is happening by early access though, so it might be what, I don't know, 2 weeks before or something. Like the alpha, unfortunately, is not going to have much playtime of Virus, but that's just because we want it to be really solid before we even push it out to the alpha people.
The good news is Lifeless has been working on maps for like the past like 1 or 2 months, so they're basically like ready to go at this point. It doesn't require much testing because their layouts we already have iterated on from Gmod Tower and
from what we've done
some
already,
other things.
So.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, they're once the weapons and stuff are set up, it's just a matter of physically.
Because Virus for the most part is just about ready to go. It's just that the pew pew part doesn't happen.
That it doesn't shoot. You can't even explain it. So
that's the best explanation for anything I've ever heard.
There you go.
So
that's the easiest way to explain it.
Yeah, so we got Desertion in Hospital are the 2 Virus maps that are ready to go.
But Pixel Tail Games, what does that mean the third game world's gonna be? Good question. Excellent question.
So
that's a great question. Yeah.
We haven't announced what the next game world was gonna be, right? Like, you know, we had mini golf, we got ball race, and those 2 are done. And kind of to touch on that is like we're in beta state for both of those game worlds. So after talking about it and how like Virus is really important in the weapon system and, you know, making sure that we don't, you know, not release a good solid game world by early access, we went through a lot of iterations, a lot of different designs, and a lot of different choices. It's a completely new game world that you've never seen. We've never announced it. It's not even Panic at Horror Hill. It's completely new. We're really excited about it. I hope you'll be excited about it. And the only thing I'm going to tell you is it's a team versus team game, and that's it. So
nothing else.
We're not going to talk about what it is very much because we're still kind of developing it, and it might change drastically over the next couple of weeks. And we don't want to we don't
want to show you something that's not representation of what it is going to be. So
yeah.
Also, we like to show things that look good too. So it's not there yet.
I made a bathtub out of
chairs.
So
it's to completely clarify, it's not Little Crusaders.
Why are we on my screen? We should be on Fui's screen. He's doing interesting stuff.
We have been working on Little Crusaders as well, but it's not. That was also pushed out of early access because of the animations, and we want to make sure that our character animations are solid. And since we only have one part-time animator, not even full-time, part-time, we kind of want to make sure that we have enough time to get a solid game world out for early access and not something that's like half done. So that's kind of what I want to touch on. Speaking of early access, a few things also to announce is the store page will be coming out next week. I don't know the exact day, but we're working on it and it's coming out the next week. That will also contain the actual release date, not the month, but the date of the game, of early access. So instead of being like, oh, it's April, it will actually have an actual date. So that's pretty exciting. And the store page won't have a trailer, because we don't want to do a trailer just until we have everything done, so that it's exactly what it should be when you buy the early access, or if you already have a copy, you'll know exactly what the early access looks like, because that's what the trailer is going to be. Instead of, some trailer that doesn't actually match. That's also why there's no overview stuff. There was on the forums, I had an overview document in Milestones last year. I kind of stopped on those because we're kind of really like in crunch mode, so I don't have time to do those overviews, and we're kind of rapidly like developing here. I'll kind of get back to that after early access because I want to inform everyone that what's going on and what releases will happen after early access. So they will come back, just not right now.
One could say he's an informer.
And what? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that's a bit.
Dude, I'm making
That's about it
abstract art right here.
for like serious announcements, and we have some cool other stuff to show too.
Content time. Actual content.
Let me load up that.
Yeah, I might like.
'Cause you're
I guess
so
the
laggy.
frame rate's bad and like the stream frame rate's a little bad for some reason. So
Google Hangouts is not the best means of streaming.
yeah, we wish there was an alternative, but they're really.
We don't
just
all
make
live in the
one.
same place at all, so we have to kind of deal with what we have.
Well, we're all on Earth.
Not
I got that.
Like, yeah.
It's a good start. Living on the same
Yeah, it's a
planet
solid
is
start.
definitely a good
All
start.
beginning.
Basically what's being worked on for like the Plaza stuff, because we've been finishing up the game worlds that we have in the alpha right now. So like mini golf and ball race, like I said before, they're in a really good beta state now. We implemented spectating last week, I think, but I'm not sure if it went out in the weekly, but
Did not.
okay. But so we got spectating in there. We got like the camera system working, a few other fixes, and I think there's a few more bugs to work out with mini golf. But otherwise, it's feature complete in terms of what's going to happen on early access. And same with the maps. I think I don't know. There might be another mini golf map that comes out.
altitude is
Altitude.
not
No.
quite done yet, but it's getting there.
Yeah, it may or may not come out. So we might have 3 mini golf maps by early access, as opposed to 2. I know ball race we have like
Do you
4.
want- Do you want me to open up the desert map to show
Desert
that,
map?
Nick?
The what?
Yeah, because I can add a little bit more FPS in the pipe if you want me to show
Desertion?
stuff.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like
Yeah.
Lifos can talk about it.
I'm slowly loading the Plaza, so.
We'll do plaza changes.
We just had a
first.
light build, so it's taking a bit.
Oh yeah, I gotta load all those uncooked, unbaked light maps. Woo!
Oh, and what was the other thing? Paradise is finished.
I just want you to know, Mac, you're missing some sick modern art right here.
That Paradise is done
What's up?
for ball race.
Yeah, it's in beta.
Beta, done as in beta. Yeah.
Like it's playable.
Start
I like your art there.
Thanks. Made myself.
Yeah, man. And switch to Fui's screen, man. He's got art going on.
I mean, you can only do so much when you have a chair and an impossibly complicated item.
Hey, man. Artists don't complain about their tools, all right. Chairs are a medium, an unfound medium.
Let me get that fact. How many items there were on the list that definitely will be ready?
It's a lot
by
more than
early
chair
access?
and we'll
Hold
just
on.
spawn it in the corner. How about
Pull it
this?
up real quick. I guess I could show it on the stream while I'm loading. Let me do that. Get rid of that. Alright, so I
That
made
actually just blows.
I made a giant list of items, and I'll post this in an update, I don't know, a couple days from now. This has all the items that we're considering for early access release. It could be less, it could be more, but dang, there's a lot of items. So
Dang.
I'm gonna be, since we got Steam items.
Is that an official quote?
Yeah.
How many items? Dang.
Dang. Oh, I found a bug.
Nice. Since we've got Steam item support finally, I've been excited, so I kind of started doing this. How many is this? 267 items. There you go. It's a lot. Move
That's
that.
weird. Yeah.
Get rid of that. Okay. It's still loading. Oh my god, it's still loading. Alright, there it is.
The
Finally.
joys of opening.
The joys
maps.
of opening a giant map. Wait, what is up?
It's because the lighting build was just committed, and
Oh
it's
boy,
the
does
first
that
time.
line build
So.
look good. Alright, let me switch. Alright. Do. Do you want me? I'm gonna show the theater. So, Rai, who's not here with us, or Mr. Sonobozu,
He couldn't be
Colin,
with
You made
us.
it
you
like
can
he
call him.
died.
You can call him whatever you want. He's not dead.
Rai
Really?
isn't with us anymore.
No, he's
Why
sleeping.
not?
We kind of talked about the theater, and he kind of agreed that it should be redone. So he redid it, and it's really freaking nice. So I'm gonna show that.
Good stuff.
If you're familiar with our other project, Cinema, it's got the similar layout of Cinema actually.
Hey, cinema.
Oh, I thought you were gonna get mad at me.
No,
Like,
it's got your. Ooh. Oh lord.
so
Oh lord. Who made this mirror?
don't look at the mirror, Fui.
Oh my god, this mirror. Oh my god.
It's not finished.
Oh, God.
It's a fun
Um,
house, obviously.
That's not how mirrors
That's
work.
basically the theater right now. I mean, I don't really have much else to show. It's really nice, but we gotta
Someone need to
start working
speak
on
up a bit.
posters. I will speak up a bit.
Thanks, Sonny.
Yeah, thanks.
Got us old folks with no ears.
To be completely
Lost
like,
him in the war.
honest, I didn't get much sleep,
Yeah.
so
The only thing about this cinema is we had to make an exception to our Fatal Doors rule because
don't tell him that. Keep the illusion.
too late to keep
Well,
the
it's not like physically possible. Like how?
Well, more importantly, it's just there's like private theaters and stuff, and like those are just more secluded and stuff. And I feel like Fatable Doors just make more sense for something like that. So, you know.
I'm
But
gonna,
it looks like Zach has desertion loaded up. If you want to switch to him.
no, I'm showing laser tag now.
Oh, are you?
Randomly.
I didn't even know we
No.
were doing laser tag. Like,
Um,
Doing laser
is
tag.
there more stuff?
There's so much more stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
holy crap!
Well, I haven't. Oh my god, I haven't seen laser tag in.
It's,
Whew, that
That's a
is
name I haven't heard in a long time.
laser tag.
I need to show Boardwalk real quick. In Lifeless, do you want to talk
right.
about the Boardwalk changes that you're working on?
Yes.
They
That's it.
changed.
Okay, so
Let me.
I really wish I had visual feedback for this.
I'm
It's the
looking
worst
at the
thing.
roller coaster.
Yeah, it's just imagine it like
Okay.
a minute in the future.
Yeah, I'm
So
just showing that.
the roller coaster at the moment the lighting's a bit odd because I didn't make the light maps correctly. But ignoring that, the roller coaster is now gonna be at the back left of the boardwalk,
Yep.
as we hadn't really decided where it was going to be until now. Yeah,
No,
I'm really great explaining.
Yeah, we went through a lot of. It's hard to figure out where to put it because it's just hard to figure out.
It's one of those things where it takes up a lot of space, and
Yeah, it's gonna take up a lot of space. So
we had to find somewhere to put it. So that's where it's going, at least for now, unless something changes. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
I like where it
But
is.
If anything, we could just try and cram more stuff back there. I like the giant arch thing.
More stores or something at some point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's a possibility.
and then I'm looking at the
Yeah.
bumper cars exterior now.
Okay, yeah, and obviously the left of the roller coaster thing is the new bump carts building. Probably a little bit different to what people were expecting, because bump cars is mainly going to be like an inside. It's inside a building because of the nature of what we're doing with Bull Race. Do you want to speak about that, Mac, or do you want to leave it till?
Of the nature of bumper cars?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said ball race.
Yeah, you said ball race.
Did I say ball race?
You might-
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
ball race. I was like, we're doing something with ball race? What?
Bumper cars.
All right. Yeah, I
There
can
you
explain it.
They both give a B.
Just so they know, this like blue grid is that's dev material.
Yeah,
Yeah,
placeholder.
yeah, it's dev.
If you're not
That's not what
familiar
we're
with
doing.
Unreal,
Lockouts.
Um,
Nope, that's our final design. We like grid aesthetic.
we really like the blue. Okay, so yeah, I guess I can kind of touch on what bumper cars kind of works. It's not a traditional bumper car because that would be boring. You just bump into people. We thought that's boring. So we have this like game where you bump people off the edge of a platform. And
I wasn't aware of this.
what? How?
I was not there for that.
Well, you were not. Okay, well,
Well, now I know.
now you
I'm
know.
just like the streamers.
So it's
Streamies.
it's all interior. You can kind of spectate the match, walk around the thing. This is kind of what it is, but it's just kind of a space right now, so don't look at it. Anyways, yeah. So the gameplay is basically just everyone against everyone. You just knock people off the edge, and then you get points that way. It's still bumper cars, like you're bumping cars. So, but it's not
Bumping
as,
cars.
not
What
as
else are we
boring as just bumping. So, I think it'd be pretty exciting. Anyways, wait, Lifeless did
Wait,
some touch up on the
before-
other buildings too here.
You
Or
sure
are we
so
gonna
quickly
do
look at
virus
the,
first?
fishing?
Yeah,
thing?
let's talk about the boardwalk here. The boardwalk
Okay.
extension. Oh man, dude, when did you?
Are-
do
are you
this
looking at it now?
driftwood? Yeah, he did this driftwood. That's pretty cool. This not even driftwood. What am I talking about? This
They
wood.
should- wait,
Driftwood means it would drift up. Whatever, forget it.
Are you okay?
Anyway.
Anyways.
This like kind of extension to the boardwalk is where pretty much the fishing and the boat hiring, I guess it's going to be,
Yeah, for the ocean
will be
exploration.
for the ocean expansion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, obviously it's still. I've literally started working on that today,
Yeah.
so it's not anywhere near done. But
It's Big Blocks, the bait store, by the way,
oh yeah,
where you buy bait and then you fish over in this area. So
yeah.
Anyway,
anyway,
alright, are we gonna move on to virus stuff?
no,
or...
no,
No? What do we got? What do we...
no, I don't have anything else. I was just joking with you.
Oh, fine.
Are you gonna
Oh.
show Matt? Matt, you gonna show your screen?
Yeah, Mac, if you just want to switch to my window really quick, it might be laggy, but I
What
mean,
are
I
you
have
looking
I have Substance open. I'll be
The
looking at
train.
Toy Store.
I don't
You
see
Also,
you
Mac-
gave it away. I'm gonna kill you. That's
I
fine.
don't see it.
The Discord thing disappeared from the stream.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay,
uh-oh.
Are you on my Hangout? I'm
I
looking
don't-
at the Toy Store right now.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell who's
Yeah,
who
yeah,
because
I'm-
Hangout doesn't tell you
yeah.
now.
Am I good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're super fuzzy. You're so.
Yeah, I know. I don't know
JPEG.
why. It's really weird.
Do you want me
but-
to show the toy store? But
Well, I was gonna show off the Substance afterwards, but
Oh,
I mean, you can
okay.
if you're in the lobby if you want to.
Yeah, I'm in the lobby. I'm just not.
Okay,
I
then,
don't
yeah.
have a train though.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Whatever, just stay on mine. You'll have to deal with the fuzziness. But I was kind of in between projects this week, and my project kind of, I don't know, my editor got messed up like the first half of the week, so
That
I
was
lost
fun.
a lot of
That was
I lost a
really
lot of
fun.
time because I had to re-download like 30 gigs of content and all this crap, and that spent like 2 days on that. So I didn't have much time, so I decided to take on a smaller project of recreating the Toy Story train because that thing is kind of ugly because of the flat textures. So I remade the tracks, and they're actually 3D now. Ooh, you're supposed to, there you go. See if we've got it. And then I also made the train model, which here it is in Substance. If it's not too terribly fuzzy, but it's nothing special, but it gets the job done. And there's the cars for it. I don't have that open, but for some reason the reflection in the lobby looks a little janky right now. It was looking good before, but I mean it's supposed to be more metallic, so I'm gonna have to play around with that. But
The cat just
What?
fell on me.
With your cat.
Oh,
Well, anyways,
Yeah. Anyway, sorry for the awful quality, but yeah,
let me
that's
show it in. Well, I don't have the train, but
you can the train. Oh, did you not update?
probably not. But I can just show them the tracks.
Let's see.
in HD.
Oh well. Anyway.
HD-ish.
Yeah. But then the next step should hopefully be Fui making it work.
Oh yeah, and the toy store itself got a big change. So.
Yeah.
I feel
strategically
my
making a
FOV
path
is like
to the roof.
extremely small. I need to change that.
You can change that.
I know you can change that.
That is a setting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matt, check it out. I'm making a path to the roof.
Oh my god, dude.
All right.
I have 115 chairs.
desertion
What am I
thing.
gonna do with them?
Oh yeah.
Give me a sec. Oh, the Discord thing went away again. Alright, there it goes. Oh, you're on the desertions drawing. Is he there? Did he die?
Right. That's
What?
very dead. But
Zach? Is it
Well-
Zach?
What? What's up?
you're
Desertion?
good to go.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, are we talking about desertion?
Yeah, I guess so.
I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I guess whatever.
Go for it.
Well,
Lifeless.
I mean,
Okay.
we kind of announced that the virus is not going to happen for a while, so we might as well give them something.
Yeah, it's
This
we'll
is
be
true.
like,
Okay.
yeah, this is what you're not getting for a while.
Okay. Thankfully, I can actually see this live. Right. So desertion is now more or less layout complete, and you don't actually see any super grid stuff anymore. Yay! But there. I would still say that the layout is still very similar to what Dust was in Gmod Tower. However, the underground area is probably the most changed area in terms of gameplay. There's a lot more entrances and exits now than there were before. As yeah, that's pretty much it. But it's still in a beta state, to be fair. Like, I still got to kind of spruce up like the insides a little bit, you know, add kind of like clutter, more furniture, you know, just make it a bit more real. But
Right.
yeah,
Can I switch to mine, Zach? Because it's a little low quality.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Hangouts.
Hangouts is just failing us these days.
We should figure out something else besides Hangouts, because
I don't know of anything else.
just all get our own stream channels, and you stream our stream channel.
Yeah,
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 totally.
that's probably
Yeah.
worse.
Then the
That's
delay will
way
be
worse.
compounded.
I think
Yeah.
if you only have one active video stream, it might be a little better. Like on Google Hangout.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna repeat what Zach did. Same flight again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is the best you could get.
I'm gonna call up Google and I'm gonna complain for them making me obsolete on this stream.
Yeah, obsolete. You showed it, and now I'm showing it again.
Yeah, it's kind of like the definition of obsolescence.
No, it's not.
You showed
Anyway.
it, and now I'm gonna show it even better.
Anyway, I
Anyways.
believe that was all for our itinerary. So if we want to open up for questions, if you're on Discord, there's a stream channel. If you're not on our Discord, you can go to chat.pixeltailedgames.com. and
Also, there's
join us.
footstep sounds now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
footsteps.
Oh,
Woo!
footsteps! You can't hear
Footsteps!
those, unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah,
We'll-
there's no way to stream them, but
Imagine
Do
when
you
I'm
wanna-
walking, you're just going.
Yeah,
tap,
Will, do you want to like tell us about the struggles of recording all these foot sounds?
yeah. So basically, okay. So you know how like in Source you have different like footstep sounds for different stuff that you would walk on.
I say.
It's a little bit more expansive for Unreal, because I wanted to do more because we can. There are, I think, about 10 different material types. There's everything from plastic to wood to metal to tile to concrete, grass and sand and everything. The thing with that is that I had to make an individual footstep sound, at least 10 different individual ones for each walk cycle for each material. So there's walk and there's run, And there's a walk and run. There's 10 different walk sounds, 10 different run sounds for wood, 10 different walk and run sounds for metal, and each different material. So that was a bit of a thing to record, and that took a while. But yeah, I got some of them done now. I think like tile, carpet, metal, and wood are done. But yeah, footsteps are there now, and it's great, and they sound great, and that you're no longer walking on a invisible cloud of air.
Yep, that's it. That's the one. But
that reminds me of the amount of like claps you had to do for mini golf clapping.
Yeah, that was for like the clapping sounds every time you finish a hole. I basically just recorded myself clapping and cheering.
All right, the
100
cheering
times
one, like
and
when did you
played
have
it
like
over.
90 recordings of yourself going, "Yeah, woo"?
Yeah, I had 90 tracks and 90 audio files. That kind of started to bog down my computer a bit.
just a little bit. And Will's computer's a beast too.
Oh, it's honking.
Yeah.
He's got like the best computer of us all. So
It's a little unfair, but you know,
Okay,
we just
kind
get him
of.
to do all of our light builds, so no biggie.
anyway, some of the questions are starting to roll in. The first one I saw was when we're releasing the next alpha build, and basically the only reason we haven't is because of the item stuff that's been going in.
Yeah, because if we release
We-
it right now, you lose all your items. I think.
Yeah,
You're
if
gonna
we
lose
if we
your
pushed
items
it out right
anyways.
now,
You're gonna lose them.
yeah,
So, but
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a beta. I would.
it's
Oh, no,
not
it's
even a
so.
beta.
it's an
It's
alpha.
a super alpha.
It's a or yeah, turbo.
It doesn't become a beta until early access, right?
I just yeah, something like that. I
not
don't, I don't,
like
I
we
don't know
might
what the kids
still
call it these days.
like we
It's-
officially still might be an alpha on early access.
Can we just call it done and not done?
No. Then you have no idea if someone's like, how much done is it? You go, well, it's not.
It's
done.
about it's not done. Yeah. Very easy answer.
A question for Zach and or Fui. Are there systems in place to prevent clients from faking items, aka a hack to make it so that I own an item even though it doesn't appear in my inventory? Your solution you
Yes.
talked about on stream protects against malicious servers.
Yes, there are.
Mhm.
I don't want to go super in depth about it, but yes, we do have checks for that in ways servers can authenticate that.
That was some shit. All right, let me tell you.
It was some shit. There was a lot of thinking we had to do and to go do that. And like there was this awful mix between like, all right, who do we want to give the power to? And it was just there was a lot of good brain bending stuff that
It's easier when you have control over the servers, but when you give players the
when you
ability to host
give
their own
people
servers,
explicit power over the servers, you have to throw a whole lot out of the door because
yeah,
you can't trust them anymore.
we had to.
We trust you, but we definitely don't trust you at all.
Yeah, it's like
No.
trust you, but not really.
We love
We-
you, but stay
we,
away.
We trust our players. We just don't trust the few players that are going to come in and try to break
Yeah.
everything. On
when
on
it
day
comes to
one.
hosting servers, it's like giving your relatives an awkward hug.
Yeah,
It's just
like admittedly, a few times we would like think back to like, oh man, this would be so much easier if it was a single player game. We wouldn't have to deal with any of this, but
Yeah.
But you know what? We did it.
But
We got
you
we
wouldn't
got
be
a
able to
we got a
show your
solid
friends
system.
We
your
jumped
items.
into the deep end and then half drowned.
Half drowned, and then we spit out the water, and we're like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna drown today. Not feeling.
Water can't drown me.
Water can't drown me.
Someone just asked a question very related to that. Will you be able to give
The...
in-game Tower Unite currency? No.
Nope.
So, I don't know if you want to go into detail on why, but
Well,
I think that's all
Then
you
just-
did.
Yeah, it's you do it.
Okay,
Oh.
well, basically we had to make a decision on like how we're gonna balance this whole thing out. So one of the things that we decided kind of really early was that you won't be able to trade units. This means that like you pretty much have to like earn them, and that's kind of how that works. You can trade items. That's totally fine. It's gonna be working
Yeah.
through like the Steam inventory trading.
Yeah, so you would trade through Steam.
So you can trade items, you just can't trade units. That's like just the decision that we made up front. I don't want to go into too much detail because it kind of exposes a few things, but there was
Well, I mean,
thought
it's
about
just-
that.
it's a
We
thing
thought
about-
about that for a while. We also kind of don't want people putting a price on units, like a physical price, because that could happen when you start, giving them the ability to trade currency, virtual currency. They'll start making their own like economy on
Yeah,
that.
'cause
We kind
that's
of want to avoid
That's
that.
one of the most difficult issues from an administrative perspective. Is like if there's ever a bug in our game and someone loses their money and they actually bought that in some way, then we worry that they'll put that on us and be like, hey, I paid good money for that stuff, and now I don't have it anymore.
That is
And we have to
exactly
come up with a
why-
lot of policies and all this stuff to mitigate that. And we've decided that the easy way to not have to handle that stuff is just to say, don't trade the in-game currency. Don't make the in-game currency have the capacity to work like real currency. Is kind of what we decided on.
That's also why I really hate microtransactions, because it's like you're playing with funny money but with real money. That's weird.
It's
And
no
I
longer
don't
funny
like that.
money.
Yeah.
It's now.
It's unfunny money.
Yeah.
You like using
Absolutely.
funny money a lot, by the way.
Hey man.
You always.
Zach started it, and I'm.
And to answer a question that just came up, we can't necessarily stop people from attaching worth to in-game items. That's
No.
something that can happen. This is just a high-level kind of mitigation to solve the core problem, which is, if you make it so that people can trade the currency itself, that just kind of encourages the behavior. I mean, yeah, if someone really wanted to, they could trade items and say, hey, I'll give you $5 real for this rare item that you have, but at the end of the day, the
you're
players
paying for a
can.
virtual item.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's a player decision. That's not something.
Man, you
we're
could buy like a
encouraging
Big
or allowing
Mac.
to happen.
You
Would
could
you rather
buy
have
a
a
Big
Would you
Mac.
rather have a Son of Bozu Shrine or a Big Mac, guys?
Well,
Come on.
that's an unfair example. Son of Bozu Shrine by far, but
Anyway, are we done talking about that? Anything else you want to add?
No. I don't know. Okay.
what's your favorite color?
It's blue, obviously.
Ah,
Question
green.
for
What are you
Mac.
doing?
What? Hit me up.
Was the new Game World idea a spontaneous idea, or did you have that in your mind for a while?
Boy, a mix of both. Really, mostly spontaneous stuff.
Yeah,
It's
we
been
kind of all
it's bec-
workshopped it
Yeah.
together.
There was a
and
lot of
come up with
ideas thrown at
something.
the wall and spontaneously created, and then we ended up going with the one that we're working
Yeah,
on.
we have quite a few ideas for Game Worlds, like
Which
new
is
ideas
great
and
for
stuff.
for future updates after early access. So at least
Yeah.
we're not gonna be sitting there
Like
not
that-
knowing what we're doing.
We're all sitting here like wondering what our next Game World is going to be, but in reality, like we could always do all of those ideas if we wanted to, if we have
It's just
the
the time.
resources.
It's the time and
Yeah.
resources, and we lack animation like resources right now. I mean, we have a great animator like Andy, but he needs to focus on like the chord like player right now, and he just can't do all of it. Like, it's just not possible to do all of it. So that's why Little Crusaders was.
And he's got school and all this
Yeah.
other
I got
stuff.
school
He's-
too.
So
Okay, but like
I'm dying right now.
you got Zach with you. Andy's all on his own.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Keep looking.
Who set my FOB super low?
Will there be support for different condo themes? Like instead of a beach, there could be a forest or a mountain, etc. I mean,
Eventually, maybe it's an idea. that
for
we've
now,
tossed
we're
around.
we have to stick to the original condo layout just for early access
I
stuff.
personally
but-
would love that because
Yeah.
actually right in Gmod Tower Lobby 2, I made a system that'll do that. Like it'll like override the skybox and stuff, and I love the hell out of it. I really like the idea, so I want to bring that back, but we'll see where we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Andy
let's see.
texted me saying that he wishes he was here, but the school internet is garbage.
Aww.
So
We love you, Andy.
He's kind of freaking out about it. But check. Let me see what he just texted me.
What's
Oh, I just died.
It's just... Oh, that's not good.
He said I
let's
can't
see.
be there because the school likes to, and he used a cuss word.
Andy,
There was
using
a
password?
I'm blushing.
there was a question before about whether or not currency earned in pre-alpha will transfer over to early access.
Probably not.
No, I don't.
Just
I
not
don't
because
think
of
it will.
No.
just because of like testing stuff.
Testing, and then like we don't.
Yeah.
We need to tune the economy. You know, is there? Yeah, it's not gonna transfer.
The other thing
Like, yeah,
is
it's kind of
the
part
Gmod
of the
Tower
testing thing.
stuff transfers over, so you would, I mean, potentially it would still be bad to transfer that. So
Yeah.
like to
Yeah.
transfer that on top of that would be. I guess
Also,
the
we just
yeah, the problem is then, you know, people don't really want to like have the incentive to play the alpha because, you know, they're gonna lose their progress. But we really do
yeah.
still
The
encourage.
problem
that you
is we
test
don't
it.
want to. We don't want to put our alpha players on higher of a pedestal than we already
Yeah.
have, because we don't want new players to come in and see all these alpha players.
And be like, wow, I regret not doing it earlier, and then they just give up.
But also, if there's
Yeah.
like a major bug that's found and like it just completely destroys the economy,
Yeah.
that's not good to, you know, continue the destruction.
Not a good way to start off the start of the game.
To touch on that note, we're hoping to have the new economy systems in place for alpha testers to try out next week when we do an alpha build.
Yeah. Right now
Uh,
it's pretty good. We just need to tweak it.
Yeah,
We would really like you if you could test that, please. Please.
Yeah.
Please test it. I mean,
Um,
even if it does reset, please test it.
Somebody asked, would there be different condo layouts themselves at some point, or will all condos be the same? We wanted to look into like actually physically different condo layouts because, well, right now we're
Yeah.
we're
I was
in
thinking
between
about-
like the What's
If
up?
it's, I was thinking about if it's possible, maybe bringing back like the old lobby 1 like condo or suite.
Yeah.
Because someone wanted that. But
Wow, that would be crazy.
yeah, it would be crazy.
that'd be
It,
pretty cool.
Blast from the past.
really
It's
depends
it's
on
like
if I have time to do something
Yeah.
like that. Right now, I'm gonna.
Would that
we're
even
focusing on
look
the main
good? Like
condo.
it didn't
well,
look
if we
that great.
if we remaster it, it would be
Oh,
remastered.
We can
Oh,
make,
yeah.
we can make things look good. Okay.
Yeah,
That's-
it was,
We got
like
that.
thinking back, it didn't look that great.
Yeah.
It was quaint.
The dream would be able to do the condo layout editor, but in terms of like time and stuff and
It's
the technicalities, it's
It's a really, really big project, and in terms of how big our project already is, if we were to do something that big, we would actually not ship a game. So, I mean,
we've had to do a lot of.
even after we get into early access, if we start working on that, we would still not be done for years. It would take.
Uh,
It's effectively like working on The Sims.
It's
Yeah.
we have a
The-
lot
the
of
thing
ideas,
is, we have to-
but
we have only like a couple months left to do all this development, roughly, and we really need to prioritize what has to be in the game and what doesn't have to be in the game, and we've had to make a lot of very hard decisions as to what we're going to work on for these next couple of months, these crucial months.
Yeah.
So
I mean, in the meantime, we're learning a lot about just kind of how to structure making a game too. It's a great learning experience for all of us here.
yeah, because we've been mostly doing mods. I mean, we had to make all.
We're
of
doing
this
mods, and then
from-
like
I mean, yeah, I mean,
always
yeah, we
done it
had
on our
the
own
engine.
schedule too.
Yeah,
So it's a really eye-opening change, and
in
you know,
a
really
technical
enjoying it.
standpoint, like the amount of work we've done is like equivalent to like 3 years of Gmod
Yeah.
Tower
Yeah,
because like
we got
because
so
Gmod
much
Tower
done.
is like you get home from school and you like
It's like, all right,
like a
I'll
couple
whip out like
hours.
a new
I
entity
guess
for
I'll
tower.
make one level of Paradise.
Yeah.
I'll finish it.
One
later.
level, and then like a month later,
Yeah.
you have a prototype. For
like we
Gmod.
in
Of the
like
same
a
level.
span of like
of the
2
same
months,
level, yeah.
in a span of like 2 months of Tower Unite development, we've done like almost as much as Tower. Like that's kind of like the goal right now is to like make sure we're at the same level that Tower was. Like
not necessarily
and
at the
then-
same
Not-
level.
well,
even
but-
I mean, not-
took
better.
4 years.
yeah, you know what I mean. And then like once we get there, we can expand on to like what we like the things we've always wanted to do and stuff. So like the just like the
Really,
basic
really
like item stuff is just like the beginning of what's going on. It's actually really exciting because right now we're doing all of the base stuff And once we get out into early access and stuff, then we can start working on like the cool stuff, like the things we've always wanted to do. Like just once all this like core stuff is out of the way. So
Back, by the way, I
working on
passed
Ball
you in
Race again and
Paradise.
making it beautiful, like more beautiful than the original, is awesome. So
Yeah, our first and foremost priority is we want to ship something that at least works when we
Yeah.
put it out there.
Works solid.
Because
We don't try to make
work-
every feature
has-
that's half baked.
It has to work and it has to work well. So we're focusing on what are the things in Tower that people really, really want, and we're trying to push those things first. And then like game worlds are kind of like the core of what Tower is, and we've been focusing a lot on those and cleaning those up and making them work properly, and also condos and items and that sort of stuff.
because
We wanna-
we've been putting way too many hours after like the
Yeah.
it's turning in from like 6-hour days to like 12 or 14 hours
Yeah.
at this point.
Oh, it's speeding up.
At the end of the day, our core game loop is you play game worlds, you earn monies, you go get things for your condo, and you put them in your condo, and you hang out with your friends. And we're trying to kind of support that as much as possible on release, on our early access release, so that when people play the game, they kind of get it. They can see what Tower was and what Tower Unite is from the get-go. We don't
Like,
want to have an incomplete
we're-
structure.
We're shipping a product to people who haven't seen what Tower is, unlike some of you who are watching, because like you've played Tower for a couple of years, you know what it's about, but there's people from the outside that are coming into this with a blind eye, and they need to be able to see a product that's stable and that they can trust, because we know you guys, hopefully you guys trust us, but like there's some people who are coming into this with brand new perspective, and they need to be able to see a product that's stable and functions and knows that they can trust us to
And
keep
knows
working on
who
it.
we are, because they don't
Yeah.
know who we are.
Yeah, like if you're in Gmod, you know who we are, but like this is going out to people who like haven't even probably played Gmod before.
And if
beyond
you
that.
don't mind, I can add something to that. I guess I
So-
mentioned it in a previous stream, but the original Gmod Tower only shipped with 2 game worlds, which was Ball Race and PvP
And
Battle.
no theater or
And for two years, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, it was
just
2
that,
years before Virus came out.
before
it was
Virus
2 ball.
came
It
out.
was like 2 game modes with 2 ball race maps, and like there was nothing actually.
In fact, it didn't even have like a working theater. It didn't even have trading. It didn't have a lot of things when it first shipped.
Oh, but you know what? It had that elevator.
That's true.
The dev one.
Yeah, the current
dev
tower
room.
is like a culmination of like at least almost a decade
What-
of work.
Lobby 2 took about fucking 4 years, actually.
Yeah,
Before-
And
Lobby.
it was like 3 years before we even mentioned it existed.
I
Took
joined
so
Tower
long
in
to get
2011.
All right,
and,
all
like the condo was
So-
like barely done. But
We're coming up near the end of the stream, and we should open it up to questions and answers. So
yeah, we'll keep
everybody,
it going.
pull out your keyboards and start typing,
Oh,
and
I just
ask
put it
us
away.
your questions. If we don't get to your question, I'll post a thread at the end of the stream, and you'll be able to go there and ask questions that we didn't get to yet. I'm gonna start doing that now at the end of our streams.
Yeah.
So there'll be an actual specific thread on our forum. I'll post a link to it, and you can ask questions there. And we'll answer them when we, we'll
Does
look
this-
over it a
does
few
this thing
times
work?
and answer them.
Oh yeah.
What?
I'm not gonna play that though. Nothing. I'm doing stupid
You're not
shit
gonna
on the
play
stream.
God World?
I'm doing stupid shit on the stream. I've just played the whole Paradise while you guys were all talking.
Oh, I beat you. You started late, or I started late, and I beat you.
What?
So I hope you know that. You're
Robotic
saying-
twice.
team.
Is there the
Robotic
Hatter
team.
He's playing with
asks, will you add a yacht?
I have a boat, and you can scale it up 4 times and call it a yacht.
That's it. That's all you got. Is
That's good enough for you. Robotic team just asked, when will TVs work on Tower Unite? And that's actually a very good question, because I don't know if
Yeah,
Sam's
I'm working
here.
on it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Sam, you want to elaborate what you're doing on the back end? He doesn't have much to show off right now, but he's definitely been working on it for the
Yeah,
past.
so I had something like I could have shown yesterday, but now I'm like kind of changing some things, so it's not really in a presentable state right now. But yeah, I'm working on media player stuff. I mean, hopefully within the next few weeks we'll have TVs and theaters working. I
Matt,
mean,
can you
that's
show
the
off the
goal.
projector?
We'll start out with
I don't
probably
know.
just YouTube, and then maybe add other things as we see fit.
Yeah,
I
but
think, yeah,
hopefully,
definitely YouTube, but I don't know what's the rest.
Yeah, I mean, so I track analytics in Cinema, and out of all the players that use that, like over 90% of the requests are YouTube. So I'm pretty confident that that's what most people want. So yeah.
Okay, another question. At some point, will there be some sort of building system that will let people get more creative and customized with their rooms?
I know that the building blocks from the original Gmod Tower, I'm going to be putting those back as items.
Yeah.
But you'll be able to change the material by right-clicking on them. You don't have to like buy wood as in metal as a separate item. It's just a building block.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to
And
scale
unless-
them this time too. So I mean, I
unless
guess
I'm
that's a little
mistaken, I
better.
think we're gonna do like a grid system too, right?
I'm not sure. Maybe. I mean, I think we might.
Probably not for early access, but at some point.
Yeah,
There's a few condo tools that will probably make it. They'll make it a little easier. But yeah, you'll be able to scale things though, and that will make it so that you can actually manipulate the building blocks a little better. And then I'm looking into making it easier to move it up and down on the Z, which, so you can lift it up into the air without having to like prop it up with other items. So that will be making
another
it
question.
easier.
Will we be able to go to the background of the condo, like the beach, or will it be behind an invisible wall?
That is a good question. Yes. I'm opening that up.
That didn't answer.
Yes to what?
Yes,
That was a
yes,
very good build up.
yes is the. I
can't.
will load it up and show you. Actually, this might be a big moment.
Okay,
for
while you're
people.
loading that up,
It's
I'll
loaded.
field another question.
Here goes. Are you ready? Ready. Oh my God! What's that? There's no wall. Oh my God! There's stairs. over here.
Wowzers.
It's
Okay, next question. What is ocean exploration going to be about exactly? Fishing, underwater exploration, finding islands? What is the rewards?
For the ocean exploration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fishing is kind of like, not really entirely ocean exploration. Like, it's a separate thing. So you can do fishing like without going out into the ocean. Right now, I mean, we're still kind of working it out because we haven't really started on a prototype. But right now, the idea is that you go and find treasure and other objects out in there that you can't get anywhere else. So there'll be a lot of unique items that you can collect in the ocean. That's the basic premise. I mean, we'll probably do more, but you never know what works.
You never know.
All
All right, next question. What is the ETA on laser tag?
Dude, I don't even know.
it's for the weapon system. So
Yeah, it's the map is coming along nicely, and the building's coming along nicely. There's a few things we have to do still. We gotta like touch up the building more and make it so you can actually walk into it. Gameplay wise, it's pretty straightforward. I don't know if I'll have time, but we'll see. I need the weapon system, which the virus needs. So when virus has that, I may be able to push out something, but maybe not by early access. Maybe a couple weeks after or something, very shortly after. So
Also, here's a good question. What is your optimal outcome for Tower Unite? Like, what can it become? How far can it go?
that's such
That's
a
a
very
big
vague question.
It's big and big and
Well, it's pretty
Um,
much. Back. It's
yeah.
your baby.
God.
It started
I
out
don't
as
know.
your baby, at least.
A lot. I don't know. I've always wanted to do a lot of these things. I mean, we've always wanted to do that too. I mean, like, we all have ideas. Like, every one of us in this project has like contributed an idea and had it put in the game. Like, we just come up with ideas. Like, oh, it'd be really cool if there was like a metal detector, and then we're like, oh, how do we do that? And then we do it. It would be really cool if you could go explore the ocean. We have all these like crazy ideas, and it just kind of ends up being just this big pot of greatness, I guess. I really,
Greatness.
I don't know. It's hard to put in words.
I would like that to be our marketing campaign.
Yeah.
It's a great big pot of greatness.
Done.
I guess if I were to put it, I would like to have a. I don't know. I really can't answer that really directly. It just
I
sees how
mean,
far we
lucky
can
of
go
Town
with our own
Unite,
ideas.
it's very expensive. Like it can be expanded very easily.
Yeah, and
That's like the
it's
that's the
kind
thing
of a little
about
bit
doing early
crazy.
access. Like early access is kind of like perfect for what we're doing because it's constantly evolving like inherently, and that's what early access is kind of made for. It's for watching a game grow and letting people hop on early and support people. You know, people who understand like that the game isn't necessarily in a completed state, but they still want to support it and follow its progress. And like since that's basically what we'll be, is I'm not saying that we're not going to ever finish the game. Like we have
Yeah.
No,
we have a
we've-
specific list of like things that will qualify for like 1.0, like the release, but then we're going to keep working on it after.
if people really like it and 1.0 is out and people are like demanding for more, I mean there's always a good chance that we'll come back and make some really cool updates for it. I mean that's the beauty of one being on a really HD up to date engine. We're not it's gonna be a while before Unreal 4 becomes obsolete, and
Unreal
other-
3 lasted at least a decade.
yeah, right. The other
So-
cool thing is because we're on our own like platform and engine, we can always come back to the game if we ever say we're done, and we can always come back. But I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say there's no stopping point because that's just terrible to say, but it really is up to what crazy ideas you guys have and what crazy ideas we have and what kind of just fits for the game, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so I got a question that I'll field to Sam if he's still here.
Sure.
Question is, will the TV allow for people to do direct URLs to media files, such as a link to an MP4 file?
So I mean, as far as early access goes, we're aiming for just YouTube. Like, just we're sure that we'll have YouTube. As far as direct media URLs, I mean, I would hope I will be able to have everything that Gmod Tower has with its media player. Direct URLs and all of that. MP4 is kind of unsure because now we're a commercial product and MP4 is a codec which is proprietary. So we would literally have to get licensing just to allow you guys to do that. And it's probably more than we would like to pay. So like if we find some workaround for that, that'd be nice. Like some kind of different encoding with better licensing. There's some things we still need to figure out for that. So, yeah. I mean, I'm hoping as far as like video goes, we'll at least have WebM. That's
That's the go-to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, someone asked, can we fish in the condo pools?
That's a good question. I have to ask.
are you gonna put fish in your pools
I
or
have to
what?
ask Fui.
Yeah, you
What?
just
That's,
buy fish and put them in your
Yeah,
pool.
dump a
and-
bucket of fish in your swimming pool.
You buy fish so you can dump it in and catch them again.
I know I kind of want to have the fish bowl kind of interact with fish because that makes sense, but
It depends how we end up implementing fishing.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
we haven't
I mean,
really looked into fishing completely. I mean, we have ideas for it and stuff.
It's more about the
We got ideas.
the back end.
but
If we can do it, we'll do it.
Somebody asked, are you adding the emojis for Steam?
Yeah, that comes with the Steam.
I know
trading
Andy's
cards.
gonna draw trading cards
So-
eventually, but
Yeah, and the trading cards have emojis. All that stuff kind of is. the
we'll
same.
we'll look into that stuff after early access because
I don't know.
not
Actually,
really
we
a
might
priority.
have that by early access too. I mean, at
Maybe,
least some
well,
concept art for it. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Next question, will the game be Valve anti-cheat secured, and what will what about the internal anti-cheat for things like bots and auto aims?
That is your. I'd let you answer that.
Oh, that's a me question.
Yeah.
We don't have any mechanisms that exist in the game right now for that.
There's some built-in
most-
stuff with.
There's some built-in
that we get
stuff
for free.
to mitigate like memory in the application and that sort of stuff, but anything that we would do would probably be after early access. But if there's like a checkbox that says, "Yo, do you want to make your game Valve anti-cheat secured?" we would definitely check that box and
only it was
before
that
we
easy.
launch an early access. But in terms of like making systems to explicitly check for that stuff, we don't have any of that, and we'd have to make it. And if that becomes a huge problem, like if we get complaints or like, this game's terrible because everyone's using aimbots and stuff, like we'll address it definitely.
Immediately, pretty much.
I mean, at the least, a lot of our core gameplay, it's not exactly something where your experience would be worse by people hacking, I guess.
Oh
Like-
man, he auto aimed that putt in mini
Except
golf.
for
Yeah.
Virus. Virus is that one.
Yeah,
What
that's
does
like,
Yeah.
So, we'll have. I'm trying to figure this out, but Zach actually was working on some UI stuff to make this easier. Because clicking on like the scoreboard is a hot mess in Unreal, but we figured it out. So we'll definitely have ways to like vote kick and vote ban, and if you don't like these people that are like ruining the experience, you'll be able to like moderate it as well, as opposed to waiting for us to do it for you. So we'll have
That's
some
not
stuff like
great.
that.
Because we're not talking about a community several times larger.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna take a step
we're not gonna be
back
able
from
to
moderation.
babysit. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to babysit every single server that's up. Maybe like on our
we
official
just
servers and
join
stuff.
every single server.
Yeah,
Alright.
hey, are you guys behaving? You guys doing everything okay?
You guys
Okay,
doing
good.
all right?
Bye. Next
Alright.
server. Next server. Hey, how you guys doing? You guys doing good? Good. Okay, next. No, we gotta focus on development stuff. Like we can't.
So another
Always be
question:
moderating.
will we be able to go scuba diving for treasure for the ocean expansion, and will there be underwater vegetation and/or shipwrecks?
I believe we're doing underwater vegetation actually. So
Yeah,
I'm not sure about
we have a.
scuba. I don't know. I mean, scuba diving is like just you swimming in it. So
No, scuba diving, you have a suit attached.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh.
Have you ever been scuba diving? I don't
I-
think so.
I'll be
You gotta get
honest,
the right mixture,
haven't.
or else
Are
the
you
oxygen
certified?
gas becomes
No.
poison.
The lore of the game is that you're not actually a human being. You're like an evolved fish.
Yeah, you
and
just-
you
Is that
have
canon?
claws and gills.
Aren't we all just evolved fish?
You're just
when you
all
think about it?
Aquaman,
No, but you
Yeah, we
still have
are,
gills,
actually.
so you can breathe underwater. It's all fine. All right.
Yeah.
Next question.
Zach, somebody asked, or somebody commented that the pins fall over too easily, but isn't that set up in a?
Huh?
It's a replication issue.
Yeah, it's just
we'll
replication.
say.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next question is: will Rob have to buy a Blu-ray player, or will he get one on the house?
I don't want to mention anything about that, but there is something happening with that. But I'll keep that
Whoa.
down low.
Ooh, oh.
Yeah. Well.
Well, wait, I don't even know about this.
Hey,
Wow,
don't
this-
worry about it.
that
You
super
guys keep
download-
secrets
I don't
from
even-
me. This is rude.
That's how download is.
That's the deal. I don't
Why
even
is the
know.
texture not? Oh, there it goes.
So is he or is he not getting the new Blu-ray player?
You'll have to find out.
Next week of Tower.
So Mac,
Da, 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 da.
it's 5:08 your
Mhm.
time. Are we out of time?
I guess.
Or are we gonna
so.
keep going?
I mean, that's.
Do you
up
want to
to-
keep going?
That's it's up to you.
We're out of time, Marty.
I'm okay with answering.
what'd you say,
more
Mac?
I'm up for a little bit more question.
Okay.
If there's something really interesting.
Azure the Hatter asked, adding any golden melons or silver melons for ball race or the lobby?
Oh yeah, that's the. You could.
Solid. Haven't thought about it.
Solid have it. All right. we got-
Also, Bowler Forever asked, "Will there be additional elements for bowling, like being able to hook the ball and control the speed?"
Dang, he really likes
That
bowling.
name is great.
Yeah.
That name is fantastic.
Alright,
I gotta
Um,
say.
Another question.
Microphone.
So, I was slated to work on the control scheme for that. Just haven't gotten around to it. But the general plan was that it was going to be kind of mouse operated, and you would perform a gesture with the mouse to kind of like hook the shot or, apply spin or whatever to the ball. Kind of similar to how the Wii works, but like you use your mouse to do it. So I haven't gotten around to actually designing that yet, but that was something I was going to do. Next question: will owner player controls be ready for early access, kick ban, mute, etc.?
The what? Kick ban.
What?
mute?
Kick ban, mute, yeah, for
Yeah,
server owners.
I definitely want to put that in before we ship.
Yeah.
All right.
You
That'll
cannot
be
ship without some
necessary.
moderation tools. That would be pretty bad.
Will trivia make a comeback?
Trivia is an interesting thing. I'm actually working on a website. Well, I haven't yet started, but I've started designing a website that's this big open trivia database that everyone can contribute to. Kind of like a side project, but it will tie into Tower Unite. So like we can get questions from the trivia database, and when that happens, then yeah, we could probably do a trivia, but we need a good trivia database to get the questions from, so that will last a long time.
Another
Otherwise,
question
it's
is,
terrible.
will friends be able to build stuff in other people's condos like we've been wanting in Gmod Tower forever?
I gotta talk to Fui about that, but it could happen.
It's totally doable.
Yeah, it's
It's
totally
Probably not by early access, but that's something that we can totally do.
The only thing is up in the air is how we handle
Permissions.
spawning. Yeah, permissions and then different items.
I think the way it would work is you wouldn't be able to spawn an item. Only the condo owner can spawn it, and you can move it around. But I don't know. It seems weird. We had to talk about this outside of the stream.
Yep. Will you be able to plant plants in the garden inside the condo?
Not yet, but maybe. I don't know. I have ideas like that too. I've been wanting to do things like that. We actually had a garden in lobby 2 for that reason, but it never happened. So I don't know. I don't know yet.
Here's a good question for you, Mac. Is there going to be a cinematic when you join the game, or do you just pop in?
I know there's going to be a really cool tutorial thing that happens when you first start up Tower Unite.
I'd consider that a cinematic.
I don't know if we'll have a cinematic between game worlds just yet. It'd be really cool though. I would love it. So.
Next question is, have you considered crossovers with other games?
Yes, I actually have a list of items that I really want from other games, but I haven't asked them yet. So it's my.
Should probably get on
wish
that.
list. It's my well, I kind of figure we should release a game first before I start, bothering other.
I mean, I
developers.
guess.
But I do have a list of things that I want from other games. I don't think I'll get them all, but I'll be happy if I get just one. It'd be really cool to partner, though. I think that's a really, really cool thing, and we definitely have the infrastructure for it.
If I fish in the condo pool, can I catch the chlorine puck?
Oh God,
That'd be great.
That would be pretty great. You just see people's Steam inventories filled up with these chlorine pucks.
Went fishing in the pool again, I see. Yeah, I need to buy a new chlorine puck.
Just a dead rat, because that's what my pool had.
That's not great.
You know those little
It's not.
pool
That's-
cleaners that went around and they automatically clean your pool? Like,
Oh, the little vacuum things? Yeah, I see those
Yeah,
sometimes.
every 2 weeks I'd find a dead rat in that.
Every 2 weeks, huh?
What?
That's
Why
really
are rats
awesome.
committing suicide in your pool?
Yeah, you might want to get that. Like, that's kind of spooky.
I don't know. That's not my pool anymore. We sold the house, so
It's
someone
not my
else's
pool,
problem.
Not after the incident.
I can tell you it was not fun.
Was that in the house description?
No.
Dead
'Cause then
rats
wouldn't be
regularly
sold.
occur.
It would be such a great specific thing.
Somebody-
my question.
Someone's asking about optimization.
Yeah.
What was the
What's that going to be like?
We haven't.
We've done
Good,
none.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done some.
mean,
on
like,
the
there's
Latin
some-
worlds, but like not.
There's
here in
some, like,
Plaza.
There's some inherent like optimization stuff like calling in place right now, but like we haven't like dived into anything like specific.
The freaking Ferris wheel, for example, it needs to lessen its detail. Right now, it doesn't.
Need some loving.
Yeah, there's some things that could do some LODs and stuff and whatnot, but I mean for even like right now, it's running surprisingly good.
Because
But there's definitely things and tricks that we know that we can do to make it even better. So we just gotta
Yeah,
do
we
it.
haven't focused on it yet, but we most likely will be.
It's kind of hard to.
You don't
when
do
when
don't do
you're still
optimization in the alpha stage.
Yeah,
You're still putting
it's
in
an alpha.
things. You know, you're putting in this roller coaster and stuff, and that's gonna drastically change some.
Yeah, especially
stuff.
because when it's subject to change and stuff like that. Because I mean, you've seen the boardwalk like iterate and stuff and build, and if we optimized that before, it would have been just a waste of time because we threw it all away anyway. So at this point, it's just we're still building on our ideas and stuff, and once we know that those things are finalized, then we can start working on making it run better and whatnot.
Hey, Foey.
Also, to answer,
Hey, BT Dubs, we're streaming right now.
Oh, that's still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still going.
so quickly to answer Fabricio 200's question about Steam VR support. Yes, there's a plugin in Unreal that supports it. We haven't done a lot of explicit work to like design our game around it.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot that goes into that.
Like when we made the decision to look into VR stuff, that was back when the Vive was exclusively a stand-up thing, and like seated VR and room VR wasn't really a discernible thing. Like they hadn't distinguished what
and
those
the
were
Oculus
yet. So
didn't have controller stuff either.
Yeah, like, that was
just the
that was a
headset.
very very old decision. But I mean, it's a possibility to do seated VR in the lobby, but
Yeah.
for the most
There's
part,
the-
like we feel like it would just kind of be like a plug-in kind of thing, and it wouldn't
You can right
be-
now.
This
if
is
you have
most
an
likely,
Oculus, you can press Alt Enter and it will do it, but it's just not tuned. So
Yeah,
Yeah. Ultimately,
would be-
in terms of like support for it, like creating gameplay around it would most likely be a post early access thing, as it
Yeah.
is.
We have to like
Very-
consider the price of the Oculus too, because that's pretty like hard to get
it's,
for most
it's
people.
It's a little hard to
Oh yeah,
get.
none
right
of us
now.
have dev kits, so like
I
Yeah,
have
none of us-
I have the DK2, but now since the
I have the
consumer one
DK1,
came
which
out,
is basically useless.
Yeah.
it's-
we
they're
also have
both
to
useless
consider
now.
that we're aiming for our game for 1080p, and if you want to run an Oculus set, it has to be 1440p, and that
Yeah.
means you need a beefier computer to run our unoptimized game. That's an alpha, so you know, at 90 hertz. By the way, have fun with that. Well, I think Will is the only one that can get.
Will's probably the only person that
Yeah.
can pull that.
Will's the only
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, I
that do
can-
that.
Whenever I have the Plaza open, I'm running like at 120 plus all the time.
Yeah, but
Wow.
Will has a 980, so
Ugh.
I'm so happy for you, Will.
That's something
Listen
to
to
consider
me,
with
I'm so
VR,
happy.
though, is, like how
Uh-huh.
many people
Yeah.
can actually like get VR and like have it run well.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't think
so
we're ready.
hard to get.
The industry is not ready yet either. So
Well, I mean, it's humble beginnings. I mean,
it's just
Yeah.
our game
it's
isn't
amazing how
like
far it is already. It's
I
just
don't know. It's gone
You
pretty
know,
fast, but you
It
know.
would be
it's
so
better than
cool
the
to have
90s.
VR.
Okay, so
Oh
we
my
got another
God.
question. Will there be scripting, Lua? Maybe, please.
That is a solid you question, Zach.
Okay.
If okay, you can say it.
Yeah, Louis, come on.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was really excited.
So, we currently Unreal Engine uses Blueprint for all its scripting stuff, and we think it's a very reliable and sturdy scripting engine. Trying to add Lua on top of that could be kind of cause a performance deficit. It would only be used for like really high level stuff and wouldn't
all
be
the-
nearly as
all the
useful
things
as
you
just
use it for will
exposing.
slow down. So,
Yeah, it wouldn't be nearly as useful as just exposing blueprint functionality because blueprints compile into basically the runtime to some extent. So blueprint would be faster and more effective. If we did expose scripting, that would probably be where we would go. Simply because it's just Lua is just like you have to start at square one again. You have to integrate the Lua library, and then you have to do all the bindings, and you have to make it work with Unreal. We have another dependency that we have to compile for all the different OSs. So
Not to
it would
mention, it's not
be
part of
Blueprint.
our workflow at all. So like, it could break and we would have no idea.
Yeah.
I kind of want to add something to that. As someone that used Lua for a long time, and man, I kind of threw a tantrum about not having Lua when I was first starting to use Unreal, and Blueprint just kind of is way better. Like, I got over it, and Blueprint is just so much better. I mean, yeah, you're not really like typing in code, but it does so much more than just typing in code. So I don't know.
You're dragging code basically.
Yeah, I as someone who loves Lua and hates it.
So the answer
I like
is
Blueprint,
scripting,
so.
maybe Lua, no.
Yeah.
There you go.
Blueprints are like, imagine if you could affect level design elements directly through like a script and stuff. It's
pretty
more
neat.
powerful.
It's pretty powerful. It takes a bit to get used to, but it's nice. Once you learn.
Well, you should have seen some of our blueprint scripts when we first started. Oh,
God.
oh, not good, not good. And now they're pristine.
Pristine.
Well,
Um,
the good ones. Not
So
talking
are
about
you-
the bad ones.
how about you, Mac? You ready to call it?
Yeah, if there was one other question that's really, really cool. Otherwise, we'll just call it.
Are dead rats better for your pool than chlorine?
That's not one. No. I wouldn't-
Depends what your goal is.
I'm not answering that.
Okay, let's close out on a fact about kiwis. For
Alright.
you, stream. Just for you. Because I
Oh,
like
wait.
you.
I gotta close out on something.
Oh,
Actually.
no, not Kiwis, not today.
So, for anyone that asked a question and we missed it, or was too shy to ask a question during the stream and just, didn't get around to it, I've made a thread here where you can post questions about things you saw on the stream or questions about Tower Unite in general that pertain to something you saw on the stream or something you're thinking of while you saw something on the stream. Just post them in this thread and we'll try to get around to it. We pretty much just will be checking this occasionally and answering some questions on there after we close the stream off.
Can I
What
hear
about that
the kiwi?
Yeah, let's hear
I'm
the
ready for- I'm
kiwi
ready
fact.
for
A
your-
fact about the
kiwi?
kiwi for you, my friend, the stream. Each and every one of you. You're all beautiful and you're all special and you all
Oh, you
make us
stop that.
happy.
That's
Kiwis
true.
are not sharks. This is your kiwi fact for the
Good
stream
fact.
of
Good.
January the 22nd.
Oh, no, I got that one wrong on my English.
Goodbye,
So
everybody.
everybody have a good evening or good morning, depending on
And
where you're from.
weekend, go.
And a good weekend.
It's
If you're in the East
1:20
Coast
a.m.
like me, good luck surviving the
2 weeks.
snowstorm.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
treat
it's not
yourself
as
to
bad as
something
they say.
nice.
That crap on the East Coast happens every day in the Midwest. So
Sick.
Oh yeah,
Fifth.
get over it.
Our next stream is the February 5th.
Fifth.
Yeah.
Sixth in Europe.
so next stream February 5th. Everybody
I don't
mark
know
your
when our
calendars.
next weekly is, so just stay tuned on that one.
Yep.
We'll figure it out. We'll get it to you.
Yeah.
Anyway, bye.
All right. Yep. That's it. Everybody, see you.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.